Hello and welcome to what we call Everyday Angels. We at DETV love to celebrate the people, the organizations, and the companies that are doing things for people in the community all of the time. We call it Everyday Angels, and we have one of those angels with us right now. Nakishia Bailey, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Nakishia, you work for Dot Foods. And Dot Foods has been here in the community for about 5 years, but has already made a large footprint when it comes to community service.
Yes, thank you.
Tell me about the things that your company does.
Well, first and foremost, Dot Foods is about 61 years old. And when they come into a new environment or a new state, they build a beautiful building. They provide jobs, but they also require that we have some sort of charitable and community imprint. So part of our budget is already denoted to giving out and making sure that we take care of the community. So what we've done so far since I've been here, and I'm the only HR person they've had, and I'm over charitable, we do neighbor to neighbor. We give out grants. We do school supply drives, any kind of canned food drive, anything that we can affect or impact the human condition. Dot wants to be involved. So, that's what we do. We take requests. I seek stuff out, things I'm involved in. We partner. Anything that we can just help and make sure that people know that Dot is more just a company, but also wants to make sure that we improve lives.
Now, around the holiday season, this is Thanksgiving. I know you're doing a food giveaway at Southern Elementary School. Tell me about that.
Well, that's one of my favorite programs. It's the Neighbor to Neighbor program. And with the Neighbor to Neighbor program, we call it, it's almost like a food drive on steroids. Normally when you do a food drive, you put a flyer out, and then somebody will grab that old can of kidney beans or hummus from the back of their closet, and they throw it in a bag and you donate it. We do the opposite of that. We provide each organization a list that they can shop from. We give them between a $6,000 and $7,000 credit limit, and we just say, hey, get what you need that's important for your constituents. So Southern's part of that. This is the second year. Delaware City Pantry's part of it. Canaan Baptist Church's Bullock Food Pantry's part of it this year. Also, the food bank is part of it. And then this year we included the Central Y. And it's real simple. I reach out to Southern. I gave them the list. They place the order, what they needed. We order it. We bring it to them. And then I bring about 20 volunteers, and then we work for them. We put it where they need to put it.
What kinds of items do you give away?
Oh, God. Southern has a food pantry, and their food pantry is the feeder pantry, I believe, in the Colonial School
Yes.
District. So they order paper towels, toilet paper, detergent, canned goods, snacks, apple juice, applesauce, those things that they know that their students need to take home with them. The food pantry, believe it or not, orders $6,000 of pasta because that's the thing that they're missing from all their donations. And the Bullock Food Pantry will order things, sides, to go with the turkey, with those kind of things. What's really great about it is that they get to pick what they need and what they know their community needs. And it's brand new product ordered directly and just specifically for them.
Unfortunately, food insecurity is a problem here in Delaware.
It is.
How do you feel knowing that your company is making a difference?
Oh my God. It's one of the reasons why I took the job. I'm the HR director. I love human resources. I would never give it up. I love the compliance piece and the interviewing. But this particular role, it allows me to be the face of charitable and allows me to make those decisions and allows me to know that I'm making a difference more than just, paperwork and filing. And that's what I love about it. It's always been in me. I've been taught that you have to give back and that, charity starts at home. So like you said, food insecurity, it's real. I tell people all the time, the money we used to spend to fill the whole cart now only fills that first little basket. And I don't know what I would do if I could not afford to feed my family. So I would just want to make sure that we can do something to really make sure people eat, make sure that this is something that they don't have to worry about.
And you said that employees get involved when you do these projects. How does that feel? What does that look like when you talk to employees? What do they tell you about that kind of volunteer work that they're doing?
They love it. They look forward to the next one. They're like, when's the next one? Where are we going now? How much do they need? What do we need to load? Some will come out and help. Some will come with me to Southern and load their pantry. Some will load the truck right at Dot Foods. Anything that they can do where they can feel like they're part of the process, they love it. They love that not only that they work for a company that invests this much money in it, but that they can participate as well and use the sweat equity. It's not a small amount. I mean, Dot Foods, just from my DC, last time I checked, the budget was over $100,000 that we can give out annually in charitable contributions.
You also, beyond food, you write checks to
We write
organizations
checks.
that need it.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Sometimes the need is not food. Sometimes the need is money, right? And we cut the checks. So just this past quarter, we did a $5,000 check to Delaware State for their foundation. We did $5,000 to Nerded Cares, another $5,000 to DETV for their turkey drive, and then another $5,000. We did $3,600. To First Tee, and we're working on one right now with a tennis organization and the Urban League. Anything that makes sense. I tell people, when you send in that grant, just make it make sense, and then we'll connect the rest of the dots.
Tell us about the grant process, how people can get involved with Dot Foods.
Okay. Well, at Dot Foods, we have a charitable committee. I lead the charitable committee, and they can just go to our website. It's dotfoods.com and search for charitable giving. And for Delaware, you would look for Bear Delaware. That's where our distribution center is. Complete that information. And just, I would say, add all the information that you think is pertinent to your case, to your cause, rather. And then just hit submit. It comes to me. And then I send it to my team. And then we review it. And then if we have to ask questions, we ask questions. But our goal is not to deny. Our goal is really to make sure that we approve and to get these funds out to the community.
And I know your personal goal is to be out in the community, out in the trenches.
Yes, ma'am.
And it dates back to you. Your dad did the same thing. Tell us how you feel personally, given that you're in a position now where you're paid to do what you love.
I think, I don't know who said the quote was, but, when you have a job or when you can work and it doesn't feel like work, I don't think you can do anything better than that. I talked to my daughter probably a couple weeks ago. She said, "Mom, this job is the best job for you." And I said, "Yeah, it is. It's the best job for me. It really adds everything that I want to do. I get to serve. I get to give. I get to still hold on to that HR piece, which I really love, and I really love that. But it's really the role that I love, and it was made just for me."
And before we wrap up, now, we need to mention that you have your DSU garb on because you're going to Del State, and you've given to Del State. You've got to feel good about that, too.
Well, I feel great about that. I feel great that I can move around throughout the state of Delaware, and I can not only see where the donations are going, but I can also research and create more opportunities for donations, and I really love that as well.
And before we go, we need to, one more time, tell people about the process of reaching out and asking for help.
Well, just go to our website. It's dotfoods.com. Search charitable giving, and then look for Bear Delaware. Bear Delaware is the distribution center here in the state of Delaware. And once you complete that application, it's really simple. Hit submit, it comes to me, and then I take it to the charitable committee, and then we vote on it.
Are there any parameters, any guidelines that they have to meet in order to qualify?
There's all different kind of guidelines. There's small balance grants that are $500 or less. There's $5,000 for, it could be workforce programs, or it could be, food insecurities or after school programming. It's not really a lot of parameters. I mean, it needs to be a 501c3. Needs to have, you need to be able to create a W-9 so that we can track it. And then if there's something that's in between the cracks, I'll call you and I'll help you walk through it.
Okay. And it is Thanksgiving week, and you all will be doing a lot for Thanksgiving.
Yes, we are.
Tell me about that.
So I'm working on something right now as we speak. We're giving out 500 turkeys this weekend. Giving them out from Canaan Baptist Church, have a whole lot of partners in that. Dot Foods is providing a food trailer so that we can keep everything temperature integrity and keep everything at the right temperature. The food bank is providing the turkeys. We're also doing the meal boxes with the sides, and we're also going to add our normal 500 bags of generous food that we do monthly out of Canaan Baptist Church. It's a partner with A. Philip Randolph that I'm the chapter president since my father passed away. And also it's a partner with the White House with the diapers and the baby formula and the baby wipes. And then, believe it or not, Kennedy Family Foundation, right out of ShopRite, they provide us with about 500 to 700 recyclable tote bags that we put each one of those food baskets in and we pack them. And then the volunteers from Canaan come in.
So it's a collective effort.
Anybody that wants to help, we will accept the help. And then I got a last minute call from Walmart, and they said, whatever you need, we'll bring. So I'm waiting to see what this truck is that we're going to open tomorrow.
That's got to be exciting.
I can't wait. I feel like Ty on the Home Improvement trope. And he's like, move this truck. I want to move this truck and see what they have.
Well, I'm excited for you. And you are an everyday angel. Dot Foods is an everyday angel. We want to thank you for coming in. My name is Lauren Wilson. Thank you for joining us. This is something we love to do over the holidays, and it's great to celebrate those who are doing things above and beyond the call of duty. And Dot Foods, Nakishia Bailey, they're on that list. Thanks again for joining us.
The Delaware Mortgage Relief Program is still accepting applications. Funding is limited. Apply today. This grant program provides up to $50,000 to qualified Delaware families for eligible housing-related expenses, such as future or delinquent mortgage payments, property taxes, homeowners association fees, or water or sewage fees. Over $20 million has already been dispersed statewide. The Delaware Mortgage Relief Program. Visit online or call 888-303-4324 for more information.
A new beginning, a second chance. Call it what you want, but this is what never giving up looks like. This is what finding someone who believes in you looks like. I thought Goodwill was just a store until a friend told me about Train to Gain through Goodwill's Job Resource Center. After 5 years away, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear about my future, but Goodwill had my back, and today, I love where I work. They matched me with an employer who believes in second chances, and now I have a new start thanks to Goodwill.
To learn more about Goodwill's career development opportunities, call today.
This is our opportunity to celebrate the people, the organizations, and the companies that are out here in the community doing wonderful things for other people. They're called Everyday Angels, and one is here with us right now. His name is Cecil Bond. Cecil, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And tell us about your foundation that has been hard at work in the community.
So the name of the organization is CB4 Legacy for Life Foundation. And we do a lot of mentoring of young men and different giveaways. We do school supply giveaways. We do coat drives and scholarships for young adults that are pursuing a time going back to college.
You're in the, right now you're doing the coat drive.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of our coat drive, which we always do. We gather coats the whole month of November, and then we partner up with the local Boys and Girls Club in Bear on Route 40, the Greater Newark Boys and Girls Club, and they have a breakfast with Santa on the 16th of December. And at that time, we give away all the coats that we receive from donations on that day.
And how can people help with that?
So we can we're always accepting coats. You can donate a coat. You can purchase one and drop it right off to the Boys and Girls Club on Route 40 in Bear or Newark, or you can actually order a coat online from Amazon or Walmart and just have it delivered or shipped directly to my house. And I gather them at my house, and then I'll take it to the Boys and Girls Club.
Now, how long have you been at this?
So, well, the foundation we started as a result of my son passing away to random gun violence back in 2013. We started off with a basketball we called it the Cecil World Classic. And what we did was we would bring all of the kids from the neighborhood and that he grew up with, and from the Boys and Girls Club, and also from his high school, which was Appoquinimink High School. And we would have a basketball tournament, and it would be like a weekend full of activities. On Friday nights, we would have high school kids, our middle school kids, and then Saturdays, we would have the high school kids, and then alumni games. And what happened, we would use that as a fundraiser to raise money that we would then turn around and give out scholarships. And that started right after his passing in 2013. With COVID coming, we couldn't have those large gatherings anymore. So we just tried to find a way to transition and do other things. So we still wanted to make sure that we gave away scholarships. We also wanted to make sure that we met the needs of the community. And so we do that with school supplies and coat drives. So we do a big school supply drive during the month of July, and we give those out to the kids in the neighborhood in August. And then we do the coat drive during the month of November, and we give them out in December.
Talk to me about the mentoring piece. How does that come into play?
So the mentoring piece, people can go right on the CB4 Legacy for Life Foundation Facebook page and just put in information about the young adults that they're looking to have mentored. We have different men from different organizations that we'll try and partner them up with, and we also work with a couple people from Del State to make sure that the kids are getting their needs met.
What do you hope young people learn from watching you do what you do?
Well, I've always said, like, my motto is let your blessings be somebody else's blessing. You know what I mean? And I'm an advocate for making sure that you give back to the community, that you give back to the young adults and people that are in need. You know, I truly think that God blesses you, and if you keep that to yourself, then you don't open yourself up for more blessings. But if you're able to pass that along and bless others, you'll continue to grow, and you'll continue to be blessed.
And are you in need of more help, more mentors?
We can always use more mentors. We can always use coats. We can always use monetary donations. You know, the more money we get in, the more money we can put back into the community. So, you know, we do have some major sponsors that come through on an annual basis to make sure that we fulfill, you know, some of the scholarships. But, you know, we'll never turn anything away. So. And
have you kept track with some of the recipients of the scholarships?
Absolutely, yeah. They keep in touch with us, and we're in the planning stages of having a scholarship banquet where we can bring some of the past recipients back in and actually speak to the young adults and let them know what the scholarship, how the scholarship helped them out, and how they were able to, you know, some kids. Because it's not always just, you know, for high school graduates that are going into college for their first year. Sometimes it's kids that are in college that have an outstanding bill that needs to be paid before they can go back, you know, for the next semester. So if we're able to help in whatever way we can, that's what we do.
Your inspiration is your son.
Yes.
Tell me what you think he would think of this work.
So, you know, my son, even though he's passed away, he still speaks to me a lot. And, you know, I know that he's very proud of the work that we're doing here. I know that it's important to him that his name continues to live on in a positive way, especially in the community. Cecil was very well known, liked. He played basketball at the Boys and Girls Club. He played basketball at Appo High. And, you know, a lot of people knew him. And a lot of people were really touched and impacted by his passing. And so we just try to find a way to support these young people. And you know, there are a lot of people that are dealing with deaths, you know, of loved ones at a younger age, unfortunately. And there has to be a way that we can reach these people and help them with the struggles that they go through when they lose someone close to them.
And in doing all this work, has that helped you with your grieving process?
It does. You know, when he first passed away, I found that part of my coping mechanisms was to constantly stay busy and to constantly do. You know, I always had to plan something, and before that was complete, I had to have something else that I was planning behind it. So it's like a constant work, and I do believe it is part of the grieving process, because prior to him passing, was I always having events? And no, it wasn't, because my life was kind of consumed with my kids. You know, I was a coach and a dad and everything else. And so now with my daughter, she's grown and she lives in Atlanta now. So these things kind of help me stay in touch with the kids in the community and stay active.
And they help others
Absolutely
while
along
you're
the way.
doing that.
Yes.
Now, before we leave, tell us again how people can help out if they would like with the coat drive and also get involved with your organization.
Yeah, so again, you can go right on our Facebook page. It's CB4, which is CBIV, Roman numeral 4, Legacy for Life Foundation. You can go on there and you can DM me if you have any questions as far as how you can make a donation, whether it be monetary or with school supplies or coats. And I'll be more than happy to, to let you know what is needed. But in the meantime, right now, the immediate need is coats. So we need coats from toddlers all the way up to size 14, boys and girls, and also hats and gloves. You'd be surprised at how many young adults and how many youth actually are struggling just to have a coat to stay warm during the winter season.
And we're talking about new coats.
Absolutely. It means something to these young kids when they go to school with a brand new coat on. You know what I mean? Like it does something to them, and it helps them to lift their spirits up. And you don't want to give them hand-me-downs. I'm sure they would appreciate it, but if you can just take it up another level, and like I said, there's a lot of people that I know that are blessed, and you can get a coat for $25-$30 online. So that we just ask people to make that sacrifice and allow their blessings to be somebody else's blessing.
I love that and love the work that you're doing. I applaud you for turning tragedy into triumph.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining us. And that's going to do it for this edition of Everyday Angels. And again, Cecil Bond is one of those everyday angels. Thanks for joining us.